Welcome to episode 42 of the Tough Draw Talks podcast. I'm your host, Brad Hughes. Appreciate you being along for the ride. Today, we are coming to you from Choctaw Casinos and Resorts in Durant, Oklahoma during the Durant Pro Rodeo. They have provided us an amazing location to record these podcasts, and we couldn't be more thankful for their involvement. A world-class resort with 1,700 rooms, 7,400 slots, 100 table games, a new resort pool spanning 3 acres, and a huge entertainment venue that showcases some of the best musicians in the world. Choctaw is definitely the place to be. Before we get started, we appreciate the hospitality Choctaw has shown, but we also need to give a very big thank you and shout out to our presenting sponsor this year, the Lane Frost brand. We appreciate everything Stetson and the Frost family has done for us at Tough Draw and all of our ventures, including this podcast. Be sure and visit lanefrost.com for some amazing hats, shirts, and everything Lane Frost, and to celebrate one of the greatest legacies rodeo and sports in general has ever known. Be sure and use our discount code TDT15 to save on your next order. Today, we have the unique opportunity to sit down with an athlete that doesn't call the dirt his arena, but is no stranger to hard work and what it takes to be great on and off the field. OU legend, multi-time Pro Bowler and All-Pro, Super Bowl champion, right tackle with the Philadelphia Eagles, Lane Johnson. Lane, how you doing today, man?
Doing good. Made a little trip out east, and man, been a good day so far.
Heck yeah, man. No, thank you very much for coming. We look forward to going to the rodeo tonight up there in Durant.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, with these podcasts, we always like to do a little icebreakers just to kind of shake the nerves off and get talking. But we put a spin on them this time since we're at Choctaw.
Yeah.
So, all right. So downstairs they have a big music venue.
Yeah.
What artist would you pick in any artist, any genre, to see down in the big grand theater at Choctaw?
Ooh, probably here just a classic. I'll probably do George Strait. Somebody modern would be probably Morgan Wallen. So keep up with now Cody Johnson.
Yep.
Parker McCollum. But yeah, I'm going with George.
But country music, right?
Yeah.
Got to hear that country music.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. All right. So, football player, superstitions or pregame rituals or anything that you do, or are you superstitious?
I kind of like to clean my hotel room before I leave. I try to make it just a super mess. So I try to clean up the trash and halfway have the room pretty decent before I leave. Other than that, though, like as far as the music, like I kind of got away from that. Now it's more like I'll play Sudoku before games, or I'll do like concentration grids on my phone, and just I try. It's not really. Yeah, it is. It is. It's a job. It is fun, but at the same time, I try not to get too emotional in it because I feel like that might, hinder your performance. Sometimes you kind of lose focus if you get too hype or too low.
Absolutely, man. So I don't know if you know this, but Choctaw downstairs has some really nice renovated theaters where they got the full recliners and all that, right? All right. If you can pick just any movie through history, what movie are you putting on the big screen?
I think Shawshank was voted like the #1 movie of all time.
I love Shawshank.
That'd be one of them, but I might do Forrest Gump because I feel like maybe a lot of people can relate to him.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man. Both of those films you named, though, are awesome.
Yeah.
Shawshank's definitely in my top 5.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely love that movie. All right, what's your favorite thing to do in the off season?
Man, I like to stay training. Like I don't see that really as like a chore. It's more of like something you do. But I like to fish. So I have a place out there north of Guthrie. My dad's on, so I like to fish with him, and he has a crappie set up, so we'll do that, and
Heck yeah.
just see the kids and relax a little bit before. It's like two different worlds. One's full go, and then the off season is totally different.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So this is always the one I like to wrap up the icebreakers with because I think it always just kind of sets the table real nice. All right. What's the best compliment you have ever received?
You got a nice bald head for, I guess, a recent memory. You got lucky. You got lucky. You could pull off a bald head.
Got a nice shaped head, right?
Yeah.
People, when I used to shave my head, people always said that too. And I had some friends in high school, and you've probably seen this a lot, especially in the NFL. Bigger guys with the wrinkles in their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call them the hot dog pack.
There you go.
Pack of hot dogs.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, no, I appreciate you jumping in there with me on those icebreakers. Those are always kind of fun, and give a little bit of a shout out there to Choctaw for setting us up. So a lot of people may be wondering your fit on the podcast with me, since this is kind of a rodeo-based podcast,
Yeah.
Western culture-based, but I want to fill them in a little bit. So you were gracious enough to sit down with us for an interview for the upcoming Lane Frost documentary, which we'll get to. You're a big fan of the sport of rodeo in general and bull riding specifically. And then also you have the amazing connection with the Lane Frost brand. So those are some things that I just want the audience to know, and we'll kind of pull back the layers on some of these things. But first, like, let's just start at the beginning with you. So let's talk about growing up in Texas. So you go from growing up in Texas, had some other celebrities at high school with you, and then you ended up at OU. Now here you are in the NFL. Talk a little bit about just your background and where you came from and kind of your upbringing.
Yeah, so I moved to Cold Springs whenever I was 5. So I went from there from kindergarten to 8th grade. Did a lot of basketball. I mean, mostly all sports, baseball. Then started getting serious with football like come junior high.
Yeah.
But growing up, my dad did construction. My mom got her degree in criminal justice, so she worked with the prison systems there in Livingston and Huntsville. But yeah, my dad's family grew up, having a cattle business, and also they train racehorses. So my uncle was in Kentucky for a few years, and yeah, I guess my dad was actually a jockey in high school. So he was like 6 foot, really skinny, and then when he graduated, he shot up to 6'6". So that's pretty weird, but yeah, I mean, he was my influence as far as rodeo. He liked to bull ride, or he was a bull rider. Used to ride in Gillies a lot down there. And what was unique, was his height. He's 6'6". You don't see too many tall guys doing that. So he was a good athlete, and so just being around that atmosphere, I felt like it was cool. I just envied how it just takes a lot of courage to get out there and do what they do. So I always envied that, and just the people that are associated with rodeo. I feel like they're really down to earth, humble, nice people, and you can't meet enough of those.
Absolutely, man. That's kind of a rare thing these days. Sometimes it feels like. So interesting fact. I don't know if you knew this, but so the horse racing background that you're talking about, I don't know if you knew this, but Tuff Hedeman grew up in El Paso, and his family, his dad was like all Tuff ever wanted to be was a jockey.
A jockey,
but he got too big, right?
So got over 105 pounds.
Exactly, right. Put any meat on his bones, and he was screwed.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. All right, so. And this like pains my heart, but we're just going to talk about it. You ended up at OU.
Yeah.
Now, I remember the days when you and Tom were playing, and you know how it is with fandom in sports. It's like
I was in Texas.
Yeah, you get like it's funny because it's just like everybody hates the Yankees, right? Like that's kind of how I felt about OU for a long time. I was just like, it's not that I necessarily had a personal grudge with anybody, but I think that not signing you was one of Mac Brown's biggest mistakes. Go ahead and pour salt in that wound.
Well, at that time they weren't recruiting JUCO, so I went to JUCO. I didn't have very many offers. I had an offer from Rice, good school, but not a football school.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, originally in high school, I wore number 10. I wanted to be the next, the Vince Young.
Yeah.
The quarterback position. That's who, everybody wanted to be that time. But yeah, if they would offer me in high school, I would have went. But yeah, I mean, what's funny is that most of the OU's roster is all Texas kids, and and what the recruiting tactic is. Well, if you live in Dallas, you're closer to Norman than you are Austin. So.
Yeah.
That's a good selling point too. But probably my biggest influence going to Oklahoma was my high school coach, Keith Thomas. So he played receiver there.
Okay.
Back with Switzer, I think when they won the national 84, 85.
Yeah,
That's when he was there. And it took me up recruiting, and so I was still at JUCO. I was like, well, I'm about to walk on somewhere if I can't get an offer. But TCU ended up offering me like right before camp, late July, right when fall camp's starting up, and then OU offered me right at the tail end. So. That's why I chose them. But yeah, I mean, out of high school, I would love to go to Texas because, just all the history and not far down the road. I love that, or even Texas A&M.
Yeah,
but it's crazy how
crazy how things works. Yeah. So, So in high school, correct me if I'm wrong, but you played quarterback and you played some tight end and stuff too, right? Weren't
Yeah,
you
in
recruited?
JUCO.
Okay, so were you recruited as a tight end?
Yeah,
and
I was
ended up at a
recruited.
tackle.
Yeah, I was recruited as a tight end at OU.
Yeah,
But yeah, I played quarterback all throughout high school. I played my freshman year in junior college at Kilgore, playing quarterback, and then that spring I started playing a little bit of both. We had some transfers, had like a number issue, so
Yeah.
started doing a little bit of both. And yeah, during the spring game, I had a few small. I think Southern Miss came and offered me a few, so I had a way out.
Yeah.
What's funny about junior college is that everybody always is, I guess, wearing the shirts of places that they'd like to go. So it's
Yeah.
like you'll be a Kilgore playing, but everybody has like a Texas Tech,
Yeah.
all different types of colleges.
That's cool.
But yeah, man, it is a gritty place to go because you have some extreme talent and guys itching to get to Division I. So I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of ambitious people trying to get to where they want to go. So that's one thing that I do appreciate about my time there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you feel like that probably helped pave the way for the
Yeah.
success of your journey? Being like maybe even having to start there.
Yeah, most definitely. What's crazy, my first college game, I played against Jason Pierre-Paul. He's playing DN.
Yeah.
And then Levante Davis playing linebacker at
Oh, man.
Fort Scott. So, like I said, yeah, the talent level, a lot of these guys they're Division I guys that maybe had an issue with grades or want to transfer there temporarily. Cam Newton went to Blinn, which was in our conference too. So, yeah, just a lot of people that are, like I'm saying, they're trying to get to where they're going, but
Doesn't make them any less hungry or anything like that, right?
No, not at all.
That's cool, man. When you ended up at OU, what was the transition like? Because I appreciate you sharing that about quarterback, tight end, stuff like that. Because I think one of the biggest things that makes you so unique at the right tackle position and just has helped you throughout your career. You're so athletic for how big you are. You know. When you think about the transition that you made from tight end to right tackle, what was that like for you when you got to OU?
I think what helped me with the most of all this is that I was a basketball player growing up, so I concentrated mostly on that. And yeah, I was out there. It was trying not to get my ankles broke. It was around that and one mixtape time where people were liking to put stuff on the internet. Guys getting broke off at the gym, but. No, I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed basketball, but I feel like just the foot speed and kind of mimicked what I was doing there. But initially, yeah, from quarterback, and then my first. So, like I said, I got offered right before fall camp started. So, haven't played any tight end. Now I'm thrown into OU with all these freak athletes, and the first year and a half, I was just getting my neck kicked in. It was, that's really what it was. It was a learning process, and you have to develop. You're in a you're spending 70% of your time with your strength coach, so that's a lot of it. What it is just developing guys. And, whenever I got moved to tackle, I actually played a little bit of DN. So I was around 275, 280, so I was kind of tweening. So I played a little bit of DN into my sophomore year and actually got in a couple games. Didn't know what I was doing much, but it was fun. And then, a couple practices later, I was, during spring, they moved me to tackle, and I've been here ever since.
Yeah. I appreciate you not going too hard on my Longhorns here because I know back when you were still there, y'all dominated us quite a bit.
Well, it was competitive. So when I was coming in, it was Colt McCoy. Vince Young passed the torch to Colt, and it was always competitive. It was always OU and Texas at the showdown. It was always they were steadily putting guys in the NFL. And I still don't know why Texas can't do what Alabama's doing just with all their resources and who they are. So
I know I wonder that myself.
We're all about to move to the SEC soon, so it may be get a good baptism of fire.
We might be for sure.
Get a rebirth.
No, and I'm not looking forward to it. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember. You were drafted in 2013. Okay, and at that time. There was a lot. You were drafted 4th overall, correct? Which a lot of people were like, "You're a freak athlete," but it's like, hey, you'd only started so many games at right tackle, right?
Yeah.
What do you remember about that process and in your mentality of the way that you've always lived your life and processed things? Did any of the noise or any of that bother you at all, or did it not matter?
There wasn't a whole lot of noise. It was it was still pre-Instagram.
That's true.
People still might have had MySpace back in those days. But no, it was it really wasn't a whole lot of noise. I don't really remember dealing with the media a whole lot until I got to Philly. Like OU's is a big market, a big powerhouse, but yeah, I was just so busy trying to learn my way and really soaking in my time. The little bit of time that I had left, but yeah, what I do remember is that it all went by very fast.
Yeah.
It was a very fast process. Like once the season ended, you're doing combine training, and then the Senior Bowl is where I made, I think, most of, they knew I was a good athlete, but they wanted to see how it translated against guys from the SEC all over the country. So that was the thing that propelled me the most, I believe.
For sure. And then, this is a punching bag session for me, but you got drafted by the Eagles, and I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah, I actually am a big Michael Vick fan, though. So, like, when he was on the Eagles,
Everybody
I did keep up with it, right?
Yeah.
But, man, what is it like? You were a part of in my opinion, one of the biggest rivalries in college football, UTOU. And then now I think one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL is Philly and Dallas, right? What is it like to be a part of those two and to be on the wrong side?
Yeah, well, I've been on the wrong side before, too.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. It's really cool to see how much people care about what you're involved in.
Yeah.
People love football. They love rodeo. They love the physicality of it. There's only a few people doing it. And, I just feel like people love it. I mean, it's America's pastime. But, yeah, I really didn't, OU's, I think, capacity is like 85,000. But I think at the fair it's like close to 100,000. It's just all divided. It smells like cow shit there. The fairs.
Yep.
I remember the first time I walked out of the tunnel and I'm warming up. So I'm still at tight end. Peyton Manning was there.
Holy
talking
moly.
to one of our coaches.
Yeah.
I think he used to coach in Indianapolis, but that was cool seeing him. So I was like, well, this is kind of what football's all about.
This is the big deal.
Yeah, it was. It's back when we had Bradford and Texas had Colt, and it was really
it was a battle.
It was a battle. Yeah, and it was just the rivalry was very intense at that time because both everybody was playing at such a high level.
For sure. And, and I guess speak to this a little bit, but what's the difference in the rivalries of how you feel like rivalries are kind of embraced at the college level? Do you feel that at the pros, or is that more of kind of a media-driven thing?
No, I feel it. It's definitely where you're playing. Philly, they take the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Commanders now. There's a lot of fights. you got to be careful going out to the parking lots after those games. People they get intense. They love their football, but I learned that pretty quickly when I got to Philadelphia. What sports in general means to them. Yeah,
for sure. So one of the cool thing about the way you and I got connected is through the Lane Frost brand. Talk a little bit about your relationship with Stetson and the Lane Frost brand, because I feel like kind of that. The things that you're doing as an athlete and an influencer type person, like it kind of led you to that, but then also your history and your background, which we talked about with your dad's side and the rodeo side. But how'd you get involved with Stetson?
So my dad, he was a fan of Lane. He says that he, is a big reason why they named me, Lane in the first place. But I feel like I may have seen him on Instagram early. I think he was starting to sell hats, but he wasn't very far away. So I was like, well, we're here in the summer at where we were training. Come stop by any time, and I'm doing pretty intense workouts. But Stetson came in there and kind of earned the stripes. He did everything we did and got on that assault bike. We tried to torture his ass pretty good. But he even came back for seconds the next day. And so,
that's cool.
After that, it just started it was really cool seeing from where he started out to what it's become. And, just him forming the proper relationships, doing business the right kind of way. And I feel like that's, everybody involved. That's the reason why it's really taken off, at the level that it has.
Absolutely, man. And I know, you and Tom are good buddies with him, and there's a lot of good dynamics and relationships that even we're forming with y'all now.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about you pour in to, Lane. Big thing for Lane was the legacy that he left behind and how he treated people and brought people in. And that's, since I've gotten to know both you and Tom, that's been one of the coolest things that I've noticed about y'all, is that, like, y'all care and you want to help young guys and you want to set them on a path for success. Can you I know that it's not open and stuff like that yet, but, talk a little bit about just kind of what y'all are wanting to do and some of these camps and different things that you do.
Yeah, well, I think, why the Lane Frost brand is so big is just people remember the kind of guy he was. Obviously, he was super talented. That that was what he did, but that wasn't who he was. I think he loved his community, he loved his friends, and he loved the young generation and teaching guys new ways and enriching their lives with wisdom and really that's what he I think lived for and lived by. Now that I'm on the back half of my career, I see kind of the O-line world, just technology in general. As many negatives as it has, it also has a lot of positives. So you can reach a lot of guys, I feel like, connect to a lot of kids. So, just my whole, I guess, future goal whenever I get done is just to train guys, whether it be high school, college, pros, and see where that leads to. But really developing young man, and, it's a way to kind of live through people. It's like, my high school coach helping me where I get, and, you kind of plant your seeds and watch them grow, kind of, so to speak. But, I think that's my calling. But
absolutely.
Just being around guys and to help young people.
Absolutely, man. And you alluded to this a little bit earlier, and I kind of want to nerd out with you a little bit here because this has always been one of the fascinating things. You were talking about you were just alluding to kind of the quickness and the mentality and the way things happen, but. You and I have gone back and forth a little bit about bull riding before.
Yeah.
When you watch bull riding and what you do operating, on one side of the line and all that, and your plays last a certain amount of time and different things. Talk to me a little bit about what do you see? Because you're a fan of bull riding, but I think you have a super unique perspective because of what you do.
Both sports are all about balance. They're trying not to lose their balance. I'm damn sure not trying to lose mine. You have super strong things that are trying to knock you off balance. With them, it's really like a dance. They're trying to, avoid getting tossed this way or that way, but staying centered. But I think what's similar between the two is like each play is kind of similar to like a bull ride. You have 5 to 8 seconds of focus where you got to be fully engaged with what you're doing, and then the time's over. So you really have a few crucial moments to wrap in all the training, everything in such a small. So that's what I like about it. And obviously my sport's dangerous, but it's a whole other level when you get to the rodeo thing. Yeah,
for sure. So it's cool because we went to the rodeo last night, and we were filming and stuff, and one of our good buddies he got bucked off last night. So, but we came back and he was like, "Hey, did you get it?" Because he knows that I film slow mo, and we kind of talked through and we walked through like what he was doing and how he got out of position and stuff like that. How as an athlete, so I want somebody as elite as you to kind of explain and kind of verify this, but these guys are athletes, right? These rodeo competitors, the amount of energy and effort and physicality and stuff. Can you kind of talk about the dynamics of just the athleticism that it would take to do something like they do?
I'm trying to find something to compare it to. It's really, it goes down to balance and body control, and obviously you got to have really strong hands and really strong. I think it goes down to having a strong core.
Yeah.
That's really what it goes down to. My coach always talks about the combine. He's looking for guys that have excellent quickness and body control. So being able to be explosive and also being able to be rigid at times. So
for sure.
But JB Mooney has a good quote: "You're not going to outmuscle a damn 2,000-pound bull." So
nope.
I mean. And his secret was bouncing on a medicine ball. As stupid
just standing on it.
As stupid as it may look, him bouncing on that thing and smoking cigs, he might have been accomplishing a whole lot more than what everybody else thought in the first place.
For sure. Yeah. No, absolutely, man. What does you talked about the future with training guys and different things like that. What are some of the things that Super Bowl champ, all pro, Pro Bowlers, all those things, all the accolades, right? The contracts and different things that are all out there. But like, what are some of the big goals that you still have left to check, or are there some still?
I'd like to win another one. That would be nice. But no, my time now. I just as you know, time moves on, and so the younger guys, I feel like we have a good culture in Philly, and so I think to pass that down, it was kind of like it was inherited to me whenever I got there. And I feel like a lot of it, reason why we have a lot of success is just the vets do a good job of coaching the young guys, developing them, helping them, and then whenever their time is now, that they're able to capitalize and like I said, I feel like the culture that Philadelphia's had has had the history of that with their players.
For sure.
And, yeah, like I said, man, it's a very unique place to play and a special place.
Absolutely, man. Well, normally we'd probably keep going, but we do have a lot of fan-submitted questions. So let's dive in on some of these. So somebody asked, I think you alluded to this, Bryce asked, what's more dangerous in your mind, football or bull riding?
Well, bull riding. I'd say there's a lot more, danger to that.
Yeah.
Most definitely, yeah. They don't have any pads. I mean, some of them wear helmets, but yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah. Trey asks, are you a hunter? And if so, what is your favorite hunting memory so far?
I like to hunt down good restaurants on the freeway. No,
Then what was that best hunting trip?
I've done a little bit of everything. I've done turkey hunting, but usually growing up, my uncle had a ranch there in South Texas, so I would shoot all the dinks, the ones that needed to be killed. You know, so usually had a certain number they had to take down for the year. So that, I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, really mostly that. I mean, I like to dove hunt, but really, since I've been playing football, it kind of runs into deer season and kind of messes all it up. So
for sure,
that's kind of why I got into fishing a little bit more.
Yeah. Chase asks, what is the hardest hit you've ever taken in the NFL, if you can remember?
I'm trying to think.
I know you're usually the one kind of dishing it out, but I'm sure some guys have taken a run at you.
I mean, it's not the hardest hit, but it was a funny one. I think it was like my rookie year. We're playing Green Bay, and I think I went up. I was doing a combination block, so running power to my side, and got a good movement on the down guy on the D tackle, but I was a little bit high when I went to linebacker, and A.J. Hawk just flattened me. I was on my toes, and he just speared me right through my chest and flat backed me.
Dang. Carson asks, what is your favorite fan interaction that you've had or something that stood out to you?
Just I think the people in Philly, whether you be in a restaurant or something, or these people have tattoos of the Super Bowl on them, some people even have like the dog mask on them. So seeing some of that, you realize how serious people are about their sport. So yeah, seeing the tattoos and different stuff like that, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right. Let's see. Ty asks, what is your favorite field to play on? And I guess this is a spinoff of that, grass and turf.
Yeah, grass is a lot more absorbent. Like turf looks clean, looks nice, but I feel like everybody wants to play on grass just because you don't feel like trash the next, next couple of days after. I mean, obviously I love playing at home at the link.
Yep.
But I like playing at Lambeau there in Green Bay.
Very cool.
That's cool. I don't like the tunnel. It's super long tunnel. Speaking of, Detroit has maybe the longest tunnel to get into the game. It's like a half a mile.
Their new stadium or the old one? Oh, okay.
The new one.
Dang.
So yeah, pretty tough tread, and you'll hear some cuss words usually at halftime.
It's like, they're trying to wear us out.
Yeah, pretty much. Good tactic by them.
So Lindsay asks, you and Jason Kelsey are hanging out. What are you doing for fun? Doing a cute photo shoots.
Yeah, cute photo shoots in our sometimes with towels, sometimes nothing at all. No, we like to fish. We'll do that. We like to go out and eat. BS. We'll go watch movies. Really just chill. We like to spend time outdoors. I think that's one thing we like doing is doing that, fly fishing.
Very cool. Tucker asks, who's been your favorite quarterback to play with?
Ooh. Man, I like all of them. All of them have a little bit different. Foles was fun in the beginning. There's nothing like Michael Vick. But having Carson there, I think he helped us a lot in that Super Bowl run. But what's unique about Jalen is that obviously how he can maneuver in the pocket, but just how he's able to scamper and break a third and long or get a unique first down. He can wear down defenders, late in the game with just his physicality, how he can run the ball.
Yeah.
But if you have a mobile quarterback like that, different defenses have different schemes for that. So some guys don't like to rush as hard or they don't want to break contain.
For sure.
Like circle the pocket and he can roll out left or right. So I do appreciate that.
Does it make blocking for a mobile quarterback? I mean, you're super athletic, so I think that probably helps you. But is it a lot more challenging, or do you find it actually a little bit easier?
it's not like I'm taking anything less off my guy because my quarterback can run. I mean,
Yeah.
they really don't change anything for me. But just I think over the course of the past 3 seasons, his decision making, he's gotten quicker with some of his reads.
Yeah.
And so that's really what helps. You can negate a good pass rush with how quickly you get the ball out, what type of schemes you're running.
For sure. Tom Brady's a perfect
Tom Brady,
example.
Peyton, yeah, it's like whatever pass rush you have, well, they're not that great. They can't get there in 2 seconds flat, 2.2 seconds.
Yeah.
So that always helps.
All right. Speaking, this is not a fan submitted question. This is a Brad question.
Okay.
But you just alluded to how fast people can get there.
Yeah.
How hard is it to block Micah Parsons?
Trying to catch a bobcat in a room. Go get your hands on him, buddy. Yeah, it's like he's one of those guys that's so twitchy and so fast that you really have to be careful with your set lines, creating too much space between you and the guard because he's so quick. And
Yeah.
like I'm saying, give him a little room, he can take a mile. So, yeah, he's a guy you have to get back and kind of let him come, bring the rush to you because he's so fast.
That's cool. All right. Tucker asked another one. He said, what was it like playing in the Super Bowl? We'll talk about the one you won.
Yeah, I mean, really what's unique about just getting to that end of the year, it's like you started in July and it's already February. So it's like by the time you get to the game, it's like I'm kind of numb with the emotions. I'm not as hyped as, what the media makes it. It's, I've got a job to do. But, yeah, it's so cool getting there. It's such an accomplishment in itself, and then getting to play in there and, yeah, just realize kind of what it's all about. And getting to win one and lose one, you get to see the best of both worlds. But had a good time on both.
Yeah.
And really good teams. But, yeah, it was this year was tough. I felt like we had a good team, but it's kind of whoever had the ball.
Yeah,
Last,
that's what that was.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm optimistic about the future. I think we have a good chance to maybe be there in the next few years.
For sure.
If not next year. So,
yeah.
It's just cool seeing it, it all come to fruition. What you're seeing from a little kid, then getting to play there. It's pretty
For sure. So, kind of a play off of that a little bit. That was probably one of the coolest Super Bowls that I've ever watched. Like, if you hear Jalen Hurts is going to go crazy like that and throw for that many yards and score that many touchdowns, it's like, holy moly, What was that? You alluded to it felt like whoever had the ball last. But, I mean, how is it being on the opposite sidelines and watching Patrick Mahomes? Or let's take any of these great quarterbacks, right? Y'all, obviously Jalen Hurts is coming into his own. He's a great quarterback. But, you've played against guys like Aaron Rodgers, and you've played against guys like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or anybody like that. What is that like as an offense? What is your mentality when you see that and you're like, I know I'm going against this guy,
I mean, we know that points win, but we really just try to, going into a game, we try to dissect the defense. We know they're going to do a lot of different fronts. They maybe try to do stuff, as far as schematic-wise, bring up stuff that maybe we haven't seen. So we kind of prepare for everything. We expect the worst, and that's a good quote. We expect the worst and be disappointed if they don't bring their best kind of thing. So. Yeah, whenever you're playing, man, it all goes by so fast. So usually when we're on the bench and Kansas City's out there working, offense is working, we're back there with our coach, going down what just happened in the series, going down play by play. So that's really what the game's like for us.
Very cool. And then the last question is from Olivia, and she said, who has been the most important person to you as far as support for your career?
I mean, really just my family in general, family and friends. My mom's always been there. They're really, I don't want to single anybody out, just really my family. They've always been supportive. And the thing was, they never really pushed me to be in sports. It was all kind of, my decision. So they were there all along, and really them. And, it takes a community to raise a child. It takes a lot of people to invest in people to get them to their destination. So, yeah, all those people involved. A lot of thanks to my high school coach, my junior college coaches, and, yeah, they all played a factor in it.
Very cool, man. Well, dude, I've really enjoyed this, and I appreciate you jumping on. If y'all enjoyed this as well, if y'all wouldn't mind, we'd love to hear your feedback. And if you're enjoying what you hear, please make sure and comment or give a 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcasts. Lane, anything else you'd like to say to your fans or OU fans or Eagles fans?
OU, stay with us. Don't decide to leave when times are tough. Just remember Bob Stoops, 41 his national championship. I think his first year was 7-5. So, and then you see what greatness came from him. So I'm excited about them. I'm excited about our team with the Eagles. Damn sure excited about this rodeo tonight.
Heck yeah, man.
So
we're gonna have some fun.
So I'm excited about that. But just thanks for having me on, and looking
for
forward
sure
to the future and.
Awesome.
Good time tonight.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for being here. And again, thank y'all for listening, and to the Lane Frost brand for sponsoring these podcasts for 2023 and helping us get Lane on. Without his support, we couldn't do what we love doing here for you. Make sure and go to lanefrost.com for merch and all things Lane Frost, along with all of their socials on the major platforms. Also, a big thank you to Choctaw Casinos and Resorts for their hospitality. Such an incredible place, such a short drive from the Metroplex. Lane, what are your social handles and where can people follow along with you?
It's Lane Johnson 65 on Twitter and Instagram.
Very cool.
That's it.
Those are major platforms. Cool. Awesome, man. And if y'all would follow along with us on social media at Tough Draw and at Tough Draw Talks for more episodes of our podcast as we continue to bring y'all closer to the rodeo community and all those involved. Until next time, everyone, enjoy the ride.